Hey there, all you SAT takers. It's the ACT SAT Math Prep Master, back to explain the October 2018 Math SAT fill-in section in detail. To watch all my videos, go to my website at www.educatedway.com. When you want to do it the best way, do it the educated way. And everybody's favorites, the free response questions. Number 31, Lynn has $8 to spend on apples and oranges. Apples cost 65 cents each and oranges cost 75 cents each. If there is no tax on this purchase and she buys 5 apples, what is the maximum number of whole oranges she can buy? Well, if she buys 5 apples, each apple is 65 cents. So obviously you could use your calculator, but I won't use one here. Not that the math is so difficult. So that would be $3.25 for the apples. How much is left for the oranges? Well, just subtract that from $8 from $3.25. And you will get $4.75. And how many oranges can you buy for $4.75? How many oranges can you buy? Well, each orange is 75 cents. So we would just divide 75 into 475. And just do that on your calculator. And you will get 6.33333. Therefore, since you can't buy part of an orange, you can buy, the maximum number would be 6 oranges. That is a fill-in question. Pretty simple question. Level of difficulty from 1 to 10 based on students' ability to get the question correct without guessing. Got to give that one a level 2. Let's go to the next one, number 32. Number 32, in the triangle above, A equals 34. What is the value of B plus C? Interior angles of a triangle always add to 180 degrees. If you use your formula, n minus 2 times 180. That's the sum of the measures of the interior angles of any polygon, but we always know the triangle pretty much memorizes 180 degrees. This is 3 sides, so it would be 3 minus 2, which is 1, times 180. Is 180. So the sum of the measures of the interior angles of any triangle equals 180 degrees. We're given the 34 degrees, so we just have to take 180 and subtract 34, and that would be the sum of the other 2 angles, B and C, which is 146. Don't have to put degrees because it's in degrees. That is a free response answer. Very simple. Level of difficulty from 1 to 10, again, based on students' ability to get the question correct without guessing. I'll give that one a level 2.5. Let's go to number 33. Number 33. If the mean of the 5 numbers above is 1600, what is the value of x? Well, to find the value of x, notice first that if we had all of the numbers as 1600, the mean would be 1600. To find the mean or the average or the arithmetic mean, all the same thing, we add all the numbers together and divide by how many numbers there are, in this case 5. But notice something very cool about this question. 1600 is the number that we want the mean to be. But notice 2000 is exactly 400 above this, and 1200 is 400 below that. So if we added these 3 together, they'd equal 4800. Divided by 3 would be the 1600 that we wanted. Now, in the same fashion, we have 1600 here. This one is 900 less. So if we just had a number that were 900 more than 1600, 1600 plus 900 is 2500. And that is our answer. That's the number that we need to give these 5 numbers a mean of 1600. And if we added those together, we would get our 8,000. divided by 5, which would give us 1,600. Anyway, level of difficulty for this question from 1 to 10. 1 being the easiest, 10 being the most difficult. I'll give this one a level 4. Let's go to number 34. The relationship between x and y can be written as y equals mx, where m is a constant. If y equals 17 when x equals a, what is the value of y when x equals 2a? Well, this is like a direct variation question, except instead of y equals kx, this is y equals mx. So let's plug in our values here of y and x for the first time. So y is 17. That equals mx, or m, and x equals a. So what does m equal? That's our constant. Let's divide by a on both sides. Divide by a. So m equals 17 over a. Now we're going to do the same thing again, plugging in our m. So y equals mx. That's our m. That's an a. That's an a times x. And what is the value of y when x equals 2a? So I'm just going to plug in for x 2a. So y equals 17 over a, just copy this, times 2a. We're going to put that on the top because in the front is the same as the top. That's over 1. So now the a's will cancel. And we're just going to get 17 times 2. Y equals 34. That's our answer. Kind of a tricky question the way they posed it. I'll say the level of difficulty. I'll give that one a level 7.5. Let's go to number 35. Number 35. In the equation above, a and b are constants. If the equation has infinitely many solutions for x, what is the value of b? Well, to have infinitely many solutions, everything has to basically cancel or be true. So we want the equation to eventually be 0 equals 0, or 10 equals 10, or something that we know is a true statement will have infinitely many solutions. So let's just distribute here, see what happens. We get ax, right, plus ab equals 4x plus 10. So we want basically both sides of the equation to cancel out. So we know that if a is 4, right, it's going to be the same as this. We want it to be the same. So we'll say a is 4. And now how do we get b? Well, ab equals 10. ab equals 10, or a times b equals 10. If we know that a is 4, let's just substitute a in as 4. We get 4b equals 10. Just divide both sides of the equation by 4 here, and you'll get b equals 10 fourths. That just reduces to 5 halves. So b equals 5 halves. It's a pretty tricky question. Algebra was simple, but tricky question. It's got to be a level 8 difficulty. Let's go to number 36. Number 36. In the xy plane, a line that has the equation y equals c for some constant c intersects a parabola at exactly one point. If the parabola has the equation y equals negative x squared plus 5x, what is the value of c? Well, this equation is in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. And there is no c, which means c is 0. C is the y-intercept, so it'll hit the y-axis at 0, but that's not going to help us here. We need to find the value that crosses the parabola at exactly one point. And this is a line right here. Y equals c is the equation of a line. So to cross at exactly one point, the equation of a line, we know that the parabola, the value of a here, determines whether our parabola goes upward or downward. In this case, since it's a negative value here, our parabola will go downward. So we need to find the value, and this goes on forever. So if a line were to intersect this at one point, the only possible point that of intersection would be at the vertex. So if we crossed at the vertex, it's the only way to get exactly one point, because if we went below the vertex at any point, we're going to cross at 2 points, intersect at 2 spots. So we need to find the vertex. To do that, that's negative b over 2a from this equation here. And we plug that in to get the y value of the vertex, and that's what we're actually looking for. That's going to be our c, because remember, y equals c is the horizontal line here, and this value, the y value, is going to be the one that we need. All right, so let's plug in negative b over 2a. That's negative 5 over negative 2. That equals 5 halves. So that's the x value of the vertex. It's also called the axis of symmetry. So now let's plug in 5 halves. That's how we find the y value, by plugging in the 5 halves right back into the equation here of the negative x squared plus 5x. So there's our negative. Just plug in using parentheses always. 5 halves squared plus 5 times 5 halves. And we get negative 25 fourths. Remember, the negatives on the outside. I'm going to put this up on the top here. So we get negative 25 fourths plus 25 halves, which gives us, we would use the calculator if we could, or just to get the same denominator, just multiply the top and the bottom here by 2 on the second fraction. We would get negative 25 fourths plus 50 fourths, which gives us 25 fourths is our final answer. That's also 6.25 in a decimal. For your response answer, 6.25. Pretty difficult question. Give that a level of difficulty. I'd say that one is an 8.5. Let's go to number 37. We have a little story here for questions 37 and 38. So number 37. The peregrine falcon can reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour while diving to catch prey, making it the fastest animal on the planet when in a dive. So number 37 says, what is a peregrine falcon's maximum speed while diving to catch prey in feet per second? So they want feet per second, and what's given is in miles per hour. So we just have to convert miles per hour. So 200, we'll do it down here, 200 miles per hour. And we have to convert that to feet per second. So here's how we do this. Let's convert this. So let's change our miles to feet. So it says here that 5,280 feet, so 5,280 feet is 1 mile. And the reason I do it like this is because I want to cancel off the miles, and I want at the end feet per second. So now I have my feet on top. Now I want to get seconds. So I have hours here. So I know that 1 hour equals 60 minutes, and 60 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So now the minutes will cancel, right? The hours will cancel, and I'll be left in units with feet per second. So let's just multiply all this out. It'll be 200 times 5,280. Do it on the calculator. We get some huge number, and that is 1,056,000. And we're going to divide that by 60 times 60, which is 3,600. And we get 293.3333. And that's our final answer. It says to round our answer to the nearest whole number, which is a nice handy 293. That's just converting from miles per hour to feet per second. Level of difficulty from 1 to 10, 1 being the easiest, 10 being the most difficult. Oh, don't need to do that. Let's call that a level 7.5. Let's go to number 38. If a peregrine falcon dove at its maximum speed for half a mile to catch prey, how many seconds would the dive take? How many seconds would the dive take for half a mile? So let's go back up here. Half a mile says 200 miles per hour. That's all the information we need. So 200 miles. 200 miles is 1 hour. Set up a ratio, right? We want to know half a mile. We want to know the time. So we're going to find out what it is in hours, and we'll just convert that to seconds. So let's cross multiply. 200 times x, 200x, equals a half. Solve for x, multiply by 1 over 200, multiply by 1 over 200, x equals 1 over 400. And that's in hours, so we get 1/400th of an hour. Well, what is that? That's weird. What is that in seconds? Well, let's multiply by 60 to get minutes, and we multiply that by 60 to get seconds, which is 3,600. So we're just going to do 60 times 60, 60 times 60, times 1 over 400. We get 3,600 over 400, and we get 9 seconds. Not too difficult of a question. Again, it's all about conversions. I'll give that one a level 7 of difficulty. Thank you for watching, students. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. Share it with your friends. And to watch all my videos, go to my website at www.educatedway.com. And when you take your SAT, you know what to do. Make sure you crush it! ACT, SAT, Math Prep Master, I'm out.